.22 Magnum. My channel here lately has turned into a .22 Magnum channel. That's because companies and product developers have started coming out with more .22 Magnum ammunition and also firearms. Now, if you watched my Walther WMP video, I kind of hinted on the .22 Magnum Punch self-defense ammo. This video is going to be all about the Punch. We're going to shoot it in different barrel lengths, we're going to shoot it in semi-automatics, and we're going to shoot it in ballistic gel, showing you exactly, if you purchase this ammunition, what you can expect out of different length barrels and also different setups. Here we go. A couple of years ago, I made a video on these guys. This is the .22 Long Rifle Punch, but this video is about these guys. This is the .22 Magnum or the .22 WMR. Now, just because they're both punch ammunition, these bullet shapes, sizes, grains, velocities are totally different, okay? The .22 Long Rifle is a 29 grain projectile traveling at 1,070 feet per second out of a 2-inch barrel, okay? The Punch here in the .22 Magnum is a hollow point bullet, 45 grain, okay? So you're bumping up the weight of the bullet, traveling 1,000 feet per second out of a 2-inch barrel. So basically it's traveling the same speed as the .22 Long Rifle Punch, but it's a 45 grain projectile instead of a 29 grain projectile, and the .22 Long Rifle is a flat nose bullet compared to a hollow point. So why Punch in .22 WMR or .22 Magnum? Well, a lot of companies, if you think about it, make .22 Magnum revolvers and single shots, and also now on the game, the semi-automatics. A lot of people will be choosing that for self-defense. You've got things like the little Pug here. You know, I've had this for years. And over here, you know, we've got little Ruger LCRs in .22 Magnum. What else do I have on me? Oh, what's this right here? Okay, yeah, you've got something like a life card, okay, chambered in .22 Magnum. Yes, people do carry this for self-defense. And you've also got things like this right here, the new Walther WMP. Just because they're all .22 Magnum doesn't mean that they're going to perform exactly the same when you shoot them, okay? This ammunition was tested for a 2-inch barrel because they want to allow that hollow point to expand and to penetrate. So I've got some clear ballistic gel. We're going to go out to the other range where there's a lot of sun and high-speed camera, and we're going to shoot ballistic gel with all of these. So if you already have a .22 Magnum, whether it be in a little Pug or it be a life card or something with a 2-inch barrel like this little LCR or something like this, you can expect by this video what that ammunition is going to do. So enough talking about it, let's get out to the range. All right, I have 4 or 5 firearms with different barrel lengths to try out. But first, let's use the life card here. It's chambered in .22 Magnum, of course. And again, I'm shooting the Federal .22 WMR Punch. Now, this ammunition was designed for a 2-inch barrel or more. This is less than an inch. I think this is like 7/8 of an inch. The Pug that I'm fixed to be shooting here in just a minute, that has about a 1 inch. So there's only about an 1/8 inch difference, but we're going to, just for video's sake, shoot this firearm from about 2 feet. This is about what you would, you know, I guess what you can get into if you get into a gunfight with a .22 Magnum. So it's just going to be a point gun. So let's just see. I doubt very seriously that this bullet is going to expand. So it's probably going to go right through it into the jugs of water, but we're going to find out. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Okay, I wasn't expecting this at all, but check this out. Look at that wound cavity all the way down. And even though that bullet wasn't designed out of a 1-inch barrel or smaller than a 1-inch barrel, that bullet actually expanded. So it kind of flipped around there a little bit, but it's looking like we have about, let me see here, about 10 3/4 of penetration, 10.5, something like that. So that is pretty good coming out of a firearm that has less than an inch barrel. So let me grab the Pug and we'll see what it'll do. All right, let's give this little Pug its due diligence. It is hot out here in Tennessee, so this is exactly a 1-inch barrel. I'm going to aim a little bit farther to the right. All right, let's take a look. All right, there's my shot placement. And we're looking at the bottom projectile. Wound cavity looks great. And there it is. It expanded just a little bit, but it did not penetrate as far as the life card. Because you got to remember, guys, it's a revolver. It loses some of its pressure out at the side of those cylinders. So, but it penetrated about, I say probably about a 1/2 inch less than the life card. So if you have a little pug, that's what you can expect it to do. But now let's ramp it up to a 2-inch barrel, what this ammunition is actually designed to do. All right, now we're getting into firearms that you guys more than likely will have and carry if you decide to carry a 22 Magnum for self-defense. This is a Ruger LCR. This particular one has like an 1 7/8 inch barrel. So let's see what kind of penetration that we can get out of this and see if that bullet will expand like we want it to. So here we go. Go right underneath it a little bit, get level. All right, there's my bottom shot placement. And looky there. That is quite a bit more penetration, and look at that beautiful expansion of that bullet. Okay, now that is kind of the minimum requirements for the 22 mag punch. Let's just see what so we got about 12.5 inches of penetration in this clear ballistic gel with some expansion out of a 2-inch barrel. So that is pretty good. Now let's ramp it up with a little bit longer barrel. All right, here is another Ruger LCR. This one, of course, is chambered in 22 Magnum. The only difference between this one, the other one that I was shooting, this has a 3-inch barrel. So we should see more expansion and more penetration out of this revolver. So here we go. Oh yeah. All right, so here was my shot. And this ammo did exactly what it was supposed to do out of that 3-inch barrel. So I don't know if you can tell it or not, but that very last bullet, look at that expansion. That expansion is amazing. And we got a lot of penetration. Let's get my yardstick up here. Well, not yardstick, my measuring tape. We got about 14 inches of penetration and beautiful expansion. Unfortunately, there's the wound cavity right there. I'm trying, my camera's zooming in and out, so that bottom row is the wound cavity. Unfortunately, the high-speed camera overheated, so we don't have that one on high speed. But now let's try it out of the new Walther WMP, and that one's got a 4.5 inch barrel, so it will probably go through this block, but let's just see. All right, last but not least, let's load up one of the Federal punches in the new Walther. So if you wanted to carry the Walther WMP and you're carrying one of these punches for self-defense, this is what you can expect. So here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner. So we're looking at this very bottom row here. So check this out. All the way through, look at that beautiful wound cavity. All the way through, all the way through, all the way through. Went through the ballistic gel and into the water bottle. And look, right there, it almost went through the other side. So I'm gonna pour this out, grab the bullet, and see how well it expanded. All right, let's grab this jug of this water. So it went through a 16-inch block. I don't think it's going to come out because it's 45 grains. I'm just waiting to see how well it expanded. On a hot day, this feels really good. Look at that. That is beautiful. Perfectly mushroomed. And for a 22 Magnum or 22 WMR, whatever you want to call it, for self-defense, that retained everything, and that bullet mushroomed beautifully and just punched right through there. So 22 mag for self-defense, it's a viable option now with this Federal Punch, and especially if you see the barrel lengths that I used, maybe that will help you decide if you want to use a 22 mag for self-defense. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can put them in the comments below. Go over to my Instagram page, Facebook, or Twitter pages and ask those questions there. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep plinking.